welcome to a new fishing video, guys. We have a different kind of video today. Now what we're going to be starting off with is a white curly tail grub. You guys can see right there, this is what we're going to be starting off with in this pond. Reason being, there are some big bluegill in here and I want to catch some of those big bluegill. Honestly, I want to try to get on some of them and see if they're going to hit this. So I went smaller. Next thing, we're going to go with a Ned rig. We do have a Ned rig out there ready. That's what we're going to rig up next after here, try to catch some bigger largemouth. And then the last thing, I have the other pole. We might try a little bit of top water action today. This water is very clear today and it looks really nice. So I do want to try some top water action so I want to try some top water action out here and see if we can get some hits. But let's go ahead, first cast. I love the white tail grub. I mean, any grub is really good, but like the white tail grub, and these little grubs have such good swim action that it does not take long to get hit, especially in ponds like this. But I have some dirt on my grub, so that's not going to get hit like that. We had to switch a few things. They were not hitting the grub. So what we did, we went ahead and put this Berkeley Chopo on it. It is the Chopo 75. It's that bluegill color. Looks just like a bluegill. Has that imitating bluegill. The swim action on these are amazing. And I do love these. So we're going to try this out. And then we do have just a regular Ned rig on the other one. I'm going to be throwing both things just to see which one gets hit. But I do want to show you guys the swim action on this Chopo Berkeley before we do get started. So you guys can see the swim action on it. Here, let me cast it out a little bit out there. So you guys can see the swim action on this Chopo. I love the action they have. They just make a nice little splash, nice little noise. All you have to do really with these is just reel them in, honestly, and then make this nice little splash and commotion. It imitates, like, you know, a fish that's desperate, that's about to die, and that's why the fish honestly hit them. That is why these get hit. This fish was actually following it. Largemouth was actually following it. See if he follows it and hits it. He followed it, but he stopped. He didn't, you know, he didn't go commit to it and go all the way. Move down a little. This is the color we're going with. This worm is a little beat up. You always want it to be straight, but we're gonna start throwing this off, see if we can catch anything on this beat up TRD. The Canada Craw color is the one we're going with. The water is really clear today here, so this is a really good color to throw. And we'll start throwing this off, and then we'll switch over if we don't get much hits. Make sure your drag is good. So the way you want to fish this, the way I always fish the Ned rig, honestly, is I cast it, give it a few thumps, let it jump up, and then when it goes down is usually when I get the hits on it. But we'll see how these fish are today. Sometimes the fish will be picky. Beautiful fish, first one of the day on a Ned rig. Ned rig never fails. When we are struggling and having a hard time, the Ned rig never fails on us. Honestly, I'm hyped we caught one finally. Been out here, it's kind of getting hot and I was getting really tired. I was about to call it a day, but I am glad that we did get one. He took off fast on the Ned rig. The Ned rig never fails. I was having trouble like just getting a fish, and I was about to call it a day. I was about to be like, yo, we're just gonna have to call it a day. We're not gonna get nothing today. And then we just land one on the Ned rig. And then my Ned rig is perfect. This is the best bait. It's one of the best baits that never fails me. When I'm having a hard time, it always does magic. I trust the Ned rig so much. Like, the Ned rig honestly is one of the main things that I do trust from anything fishing like this. And then a weightless Texas rig. Some of the two things that I really do trust fishing. Another one is chasing. Let's see if he hits. I was saying before the treble hook got stuck in my sock, those treble hooks don't play, is there's so much bluegills in here, like big ones too, that I tried to catch them, but they just aren't going for any of the bass baits that I'm using. If you come in here with night crawlers, I know you can make a killing with these bluegill. There's some big ones in here too. Usually the ones in the ponds aren't as big as this, but these are actually big. Trying to see if I can get a last hit, try to see if I catch another fish, but It's not looking too promising. The bass have honestly been really quiet today. By quiet, I mean biting the stuff. I've not had the best luck today, but it is what it is. You know, we have these days where we only catch one. Sometimes we can't catch more than one, so it is what it is. We're gonna have to call it a day there. Being out here, it's beautiful out here today. The water is usually dirty, and it's actually really clean today, so it's actually surprising. Like, I can actually see all the grass, I can see all the holes, I can see everything in the water. I know the GoPro doesn't pick all the details up, but it does look cool out here today. Usually this water is murky and not the best, but today it's actually really clear. Haven't been fishing in a few days, so it's good to be out here catching some fish. Got on one, so I am happy that we did get on one. It's better than a skunk. We have to call it a day. Next video, probably be at the river. Gonna try to go out there at the river and catch some fish. You guys know, man, the fishing content isn't gonna stop. We're gonna be out there fishing. A lot of red drum and speckled sea trout over by Virginia Beach are coming in, so we do have to get on some of that action as well. So that'll be soon. Appreciate the love. God bless, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. God bless.